Hello, hello. Look, Sean's still on holiday, so we've brought Jackie back because Jackie's so awesome. So, hey, how are you?
I'm
Oh,
good.
how's
Thank you
things?
for having me on.
No, it's look, tonight I'm actually really excited because there's so many really awesome clips I want to bring on, and I really can't wait to get into it. Firstly to the chat. So, number one, look, Sassy Gal, thank you. You're always here, and it's always great to see you. Moira, look, I hope everything's really nice in your side up north. I hope everything's really great, and it's really good to see you here. So, look, we do have a story we want to tell. Look, for people who know and don't know, Australia has two big convention circuits that happen round. One of them is Oz Comic Con. The other is Supanova. So last weekend, Supanova went to Melbourne, which is where Sean lives. And usually Sean would give us this awesome recap about how much fun it was. But I'm gonna say he's enjoying himself on a very well deserved holiday. So we've got something better. Sorry, Sean, but we've got Jackie telling us how fantastic Supernova was. So and for people who don't know, I don't live in the same city, so I
Neither do
didn't get
I.
to know.
We should have seen Sean there in his
I
own
know.
hometown.
Usually he gives us a really good rundown of what happens, but I'm happy to pass it to you. So how was Supernova Melbourne?
Yeah, it was a good way to kick off the con season. Catching up with a lot of friends, which is usually most of the time when I go to these conventions. And I guess a bit of it is networking with other artists and having a chat. That's the big attraction for me. And then
Mm.
there's also the guests, which is pretty cool. But yeah, I guess good way to kick off the convention season.
Okay, look, I'm gonna pop a quote on. Did you meet
Oh.
Carl Urban?
I've met him previously, so I didn't want to necessarily meet him, but I wanted to get my boys poster signed, which had a few signatures on there. So it was
Yeah.
only natural to add his signature. But man, his autograph inflated from what it was last previously.
What was the pricing like? Just
I think he was 40 like 4 years ago, and now he's like 90 or something. I didn't pay for
oh
it,
wow,
I got someone to pay on my behalf.
that's awesome.
Yeah,
No,
so
I look.
it kind of stung a bit because that boys poster had three signatures. It had the Deep, Chase Crawford, Jack Quaid, who plays Huey,
Yeah.
and I can't remember the other signature I had. But then to add Carl Urban on top, that stung a bit.
Oh no, but you needed him there. And I
Yeah,
know more
yeah,
like you were at VortCon, I remember I was watching, so that sounds like a lot of fun too.
yeah.
So I don't know if you know, but up in UK, yeah, all the boy stars are
Oh wow.
basically there's a convention up there as well. So I've seen some Mora's photos, and there's another person who usually comes in Man Deep. I saw a lot of his photos too. So they're having a really good time. Australian creators, did you catch up with anybody?
So I knew a few people online, but we never met physically in person. I caught up with Rob from Comics, sorry, and then a few of the other guys who were in Comics, like David Dye and Bill, I think his name was.
Oh,
We were
can I
all on a podcast previously, and we all met up in person, which was really nice.
Awesome.
Uh,
Oh, look, I'm gonna look. Can I stop? I know you're the guest. I hate to stop you there, but
no,
you
no,
stop.
no.
I'll stop on Rob just because.
Yes, yes.
Um, I do know that Rob is running currently a. Let me just stop sharing for 1 second. Preset. Share screen. I do know that Rob is running a Kickstarter right now. Um, he's look, to be fair, there's only two live Australian Kickstarters running right now, and Rob's one of them. So if you check Sluggish, take a look when you get the chance. Always good to support Australian creators. When I get a chance, I will drop the link in the chat. So if anybody wants to check it out, then um, absolutely feel free to. But going back, and I'm really sorry to interrupt. That's just that
No, no, it's all right.
if I forget to do it, it's we're just gonna run out of time, and it'll be like, oh gosh. Oh, so who else did you catch up with when you down there?
I met, I think his name was Kieran Gray from Halftone Productions for the first time. I listen to
Oh,
his
okay, yeah.
podcast pretty regularly. Like, I guess for an upcomer like myself, there was a lot of other artists, Australian artists who have jumped there. I think you've had an episode on there too.
This is
So did
Kieran.
Sean.
Yeah, I've met Kieran. Yep.
Kieran
Look,
Gray,
he's
yeah,
a good guy.
really nice guy too, very approachable.
Yeah, so he came up to Sydney. So he came up to Sydney once, and I just dropped in to meet him. So this is VoidCon. So oh gosh,
I
Moira,
don't recognize those
who
names.
was Colby? Was she the lawyer? If I remember right, she's the redheaded lawyer. Can you confirm that? Because that name sounds so familiar. I'll Wikipedia, but if Moira, if you can confirm who Colby was, I believe she's the redheaded lawyer, the one who starts pulling her hair out in season 2 or season 2 or 3.
Her, right.
Ashley, that's it,
Actually,
Ashley. Say, I love the chat so much. I just throw questions out.
so
You can see my
interactive.
you can see my two hands are here, so I'm actually not typing. So I
Yeah.
just throw questions out, and they answer the questions. So, any other guests you caught up with in Supanova?
In terms, I guess the actual guests, like celebrity wise, I caught up with Veronica Taylor, who is the voice of Ash Ketchum.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah, very lovely person. Glad to say we're friends, which is pretty cool too. She invited me to breakfast, which was like craziest thing ever. Like it wasn't like, "Hey Veronica, do you want to catch up with me for breakfast?" It was more like she asked me to catch up with her for breakfast. That's a different thing, right?
Hi, nerds. But
Hey,
I saw the photos. So, and she treated you as well, from what
oh yeah.
your
She bought
post.
breakfast and we hanged out for like an hour or two. I was like, wow, I'm like getting the superstar treatment. I'm like, this is too cool.
Oh, that's really nice. But
Yeah.
to be fair, though, give us a bit more history, because this wasn't the first time you guys met.
Right. So she came out to Sydney last year, December, and I did artworks for her. So she was very, very flattered. So we became friends ever since then. So I guess whenever she's in town, she always asks whether I'm available to catch up or not. So that's a very lovely gesture by her.
Oh, look, she seems like a really nice person.
Yeah.
It's okay. So, anything else you want to cover about Supernova Melbourne?
I guess there
Anything?
was a few other people. Tamora Morrison, Boba Fett.
What was that? Oh, okay.
Yeah, he had
He's
insane lines.
he's from New Zealand, though, if I remember right.
Yes. And he had a huge price jump in terms of autographs. Like he was $60 an autograph, and
Oh,
he jumped to
wow.
120 just this year in like 6 months, which is insane. I've never seen it like that.
Is it because of Boba Fett, you think?
Yeah, it would have to be. It was insane. The lines were insane for him.
Wow. So who else was there?
Obviously Carl Urban, Kevin Sussman from Big Bang Theory, he was there too.
Oh, so what was his Big Bang Theory character's name? Stewart. Yeah.
Stuart Bloom. Yeah, he's a very nice guy. And then there was also Stephen Amell from Green Arrow.
But he's been here a few times.
He's
though.
been here a few times. He's had quiet lines to the weekend he was
Really?
here.
How about
Yeah.
see, this is why you love the chat. They just answer all my questions for me. Let's pull out a bit more.
Shout out to Nerds Amalgamated. We talk all the time on Instagram.
Did you meet Sassy Gal?
Oh, that's you. She's Xena. Like I think I've seen her at every other con, but definitely dressed as Xena, right?
Yep. So look, one of these days, Sassy Gal, come on, and
Come say hi.
So was Liam there?
Yes, Liam was there too.
Liam and
that's right. Yeah.
Mark Shepard was there too.
Mark Shepard was there. Yeah, I was just trying to think of the more popular guys, I guess, or the ones with long lines.
Oh wow! But Stephen Mills, I suppose, he hasn't done much. I take it back if he has. So maybe the chat will always correct me. But after Arrow, I haven't heard of him.
He hasn't really done much. Yeah, I guess he's sort of in terms of financially, right?
Oh look, he's done 7 seasons for Arrows. God knows how many crossovers with them. You know?
Yeah.
And he's the spearhead of the Arrowverse. So
Yeah, and he was in Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles also. I guess he doesn't really need to do much. I don't know.
Hi, Deshaun. Well, thanks for joining in. But Yeah, there seems to be quite a few. I can't remember the guy's name, and Maura will probably tell me. The guy from who was deaf in Supernatural, he was there too. And I can't
Julian
remember.
Richards.
I believe so.
That
That one
was
I
Oz
will
Comic
see.
Con. That was Oz Comic
Off
Con, I
Comic Con.
believe, for Perth.
Okay, so deaf Supernatural.
He's a good death too. Like I like the fact that he likes eating pizza.
Julian Richings.
Yeah.
So he wasn't at this one, was he?
No, that was Oz Comic Con for Perth. I don't know if it was for it was for
Okay.
Perth. I don't know if it
For
was tied
people,
in for another
for
city.
people who don't know what he looks like, and look, he plays deaf. So I do want to show you what he looks like, because in terms of an actor, if you were going to cast someone as the face of death, and look, he's probably the really nicest guy in the world, but man, does he look the part? If you want to,
Mm.
I'll share this one. Doo-doo-doo. Share screen. Where was it? There he is. How could you
Oh
get a better
yeah,
actor than that?
yeah.
Seriously, if
Yeah.
if you're gonna be deaf,
Yeah.
and his voice as well is
Yeah.
again, I don't know his real voice, what it sounds like, but in
Mm,
Supernatural is that really gravelly, that really
mm.
I could kill you, but I may not want to kill you. One
The,
of
the
those.
guy who the guy who plays Kane, I like him too.
Yep,
I
definitely.
can't remember
So,
the guy's name, but yeah, Kane.
oh look, we'll just leave it. The chat will answer who
Yeah.
Kane was.
I'm sure they'll have a
He-
few answers.
So Steve was in Steve Amell was in Flash recently, of course. Yeah, uh,
I think Flash is wrapping up, aren't they? So he would have had
they
like
are.
a cameo of some sort.
Oh, look,
Uh,
I hope if you do meet him, Moira, I've heard he's a really, really nice guy, so you probably can enjoy it. Moira has met Julian, so that
ah, sorry. Yeah.
Walton look, I don't know who the actor is, Walton Frey, but if you ever watch Supernatural Death, he is perfect for it. I wouldn't change the casting. Okay, so look, we were going to discuss a lot of martial arts in the first thing. So before I show you the first clip, and I want to caveat the first clip. So this was an American production clip. So this was actually in The Mummy. So what they did was they actually hired two very, very famous Chinese actors. So Michelle Yeoh, as you probably all know, both Jackie and myself absolutely love. And the other one, which is oh wait, we got to bring this. He actually would. You want
Mm.
that would be.
Yes, that's his name, Timothy Amundsen. Yes.
This is why the chat is so awesome. You just get them to answer the questions for us. We're so lazy. Oh, I'm really sorry to hear that, but it's I bet you it's been a lot of fun. So the main thing I did want to bring before I bring the next clip up, and so I just want to put the caveat out there before I bring the first clip up. So this was actually done by an American production. So this was in the Brendan Fraser's the one of the Mummy saga. Um, it has Jet Li in it, which I think he's probably one of the best martial artists out there, as well as Michelle Yeoh, who's absolutely incredible on film. But I only bring this up as the first clip because I'm saying this is how not to do something. You've got this two really, really fantastic, basically fight choreographers. Fight. They know what to do, and the way they cut it is absolutely horrible. It is in my headspace. I'm half thinking, what the hell are you doing? Jackie has not seen this. So for the audience out there who may have seen this particular scene, um, chuck your comments in because we'll read it afterwards. But it is really bad. Shortcuts, you can't have a sense of what's going on. And the reason I want to get this out of the way first is because we'll show you the bad, then I'll show you what's good. So let's start with the bad first, as what not to do, and then I'll show you what if you're a good fight choreographer filmmaker, here's what to do. So I'll bring that up. Jack, if you want to stop at any time, just say stop.
Yeah.
But it's I just warn you, low expectations because this fight part is it's rubbish. Not even good rubbish, which I'm more than happy to. And we had this chat before. Fast and Furious, absolute good rubbish. You turn your brain on, you have fun.
It's
I couldn't
popcorn theater.
I couldn't enjoy this. So I'm gonna start, and you guys. Before I make my comments, I'm gonna absolutely rip into this. What are your thoughts? And I'm gonna rip into it. I'm really sorry.
See, my critique is I know Michelle and Jet Li are very competent martial artists. Now I don't know why we have to have two swords clash and we cut out and we cut back in and we clash again. Why not just continuous clash, and maybe cut out? Do you get where I'm coming from? They're just constantly cutting in and out. I just don't get it.
No, the more important thing, which is really horrible, they made it boring.
Yes, that too.
And god damn it, what's with the slow mo? It's like
It's like a Zack Snyder film.
He's hey. You should come on if you could. But look, enjoy your holiday. Next week you'll be back. But we're just rubbishing movies now. So
I'll have to come on when both of you are on sometime.
Oh, 100%. We want to. And there we go. Got that. Okay, I'll absolutely rip into it now. So, and I hope you're having fun. I think it's like 8 o'clock there now, Sean. So you should be having a really nice, enjoying watching us with a nice cold beverage. Get a cocktail or something. But now I'm gonna absolutely rubbish what we just saw. Number one, it was boring. That's probably the most the one. Look, you can have slow-mo fight scenes, but
yes,
it needs to be rationing tension. You know, it's you're worried because it gets like the sword. Where slow-mo works is if every sword hits, the sword gets closer. You imagine this.
You're looking for that finer detail.
Yeah, and you get scared because let's say they're two fighting and one of them's in the defensive. So every time the attacker gets closer, they just block it. They just block it again, and every time it feels that they're just gonna break. That's fun. And the cuts were like horrendous, absolute horrendous cuts.
It was a cut every strike, cut back out, cut back in.
It was a Born Identity cut level. That's how bad it was, and it kills me that these two people, they're fantastic. Seriously, the doctor should have done. Look, I don't know how to do this. How about you two just figure yourself out?
Let's get an action director in.
Yeah, we'll film from 4 different angles and then we'll figure it out afterwards. That would have been a lot better if you just told them. But cardinal sin. It was boring and there was no tension. And you saw the part where she got slashed. It's like, what do I care? It took me long enough.
Yeah.
Let's see more chats. Exactly. You didn't care. It was so slow. I do. I look. If you guys are talking and I love it, I will still pop your comments on. So, let's see.
Okay, that's an interesting comment though. The high school dance, because you hear a lot of action stars will say that a fight scene is more of a dance rather than an actual fight because you're relying on the other person to keep up in a tango with you and make sure they're not ruining the dance sequence in a sense.
Correct.
That is a very interesting point.
So now I'm going to show you something a bit more interesting. And by the way, I'll make it very clear. I haven't run any of this by Jackie yet. So Jackie has no idea what I'm running by. So this is now almost the complete opposite of what I've shown you.
Oh,
So
I actually have not seen Fearless either. I'm terrible. I should really watch it.
you will love this
I've
part.
heard it's good. I've heard it's good.
But everything that has happened previously in the previous clip, turn your brain around because the direct opposite happens. And you can look, won't spoil anymore. We'll just watch a couple of and you'll enjoy this one. I'm sure you enjoy this one. How different is that?
Beautiful.
So I'll run through my take. I'll have to give you your take. So the reason I contrasted, I brought this clip up next, is because this clip also has some slow mo in it.
Yeah.
But god damn it, it was long takes. So you took like 5-6 seconds in each sequence. You actually see progression when they're fighting, the movement going up. You see all of that. And if you're watching, this is how you do slow mo. If you want to use slow mo, this is how you use it. What's your take?
Yeah, no, I agree with the slow-mo. And when they did the slow-mo, they would zoom into where Jet Li's spear would hit the guy, and they would hit a few times before they hit. They cut out to the next scene or whatever they're doing next. Yeah, no, that was brilliant. I loved it.
Let's continue. So
Yeah. Oh, can we pause there?
Yep.
So here's a known cool fact that I know, because I'm a martial artist myself. So I've done martial arts for 10 years. I've trained in several different systems. So the part where Jet Li's spinning the spear in front of him, that red fabric is not just for decoration. It's also to distract the other person from the actual point of the spear. But it's also perfect for fighting against swords, because you can wrap it around a sword and disarm the assailant, if that makes sense. That's just a cool fact I wanted to add in that.
Oh, feel free to. I thank you for dropping the knowledge, and I'm glad to learn something new today. We'll continue a bit because we can watch it again.
There we go.
There you go. You see, when you slow it down, when there's a tension moment, you slow it down. That's how you slow mo. Let's keep.
Why did he break his spear?
Do you see that single long take? You know, like 4 or 5 sequences. I'm sorry, I had to stop at that one.
I'll add a bit more to that. So, see the part where Jet Li sweeps him? A trained stuntsman are trained to take those type of falls. So the moment he falls on his back, you'll see he slaps his arms at a 45-degree angle. That'll disperse the energy that falls onto his actual entire body. So the impact isn't as hard. All trained stuntsmen know how to fall. They're not just randomly falling onto a body part. They're very selective in the way they fall. Just a cool another detail.
I'm dropping good knowledge here. I'm learning so much. Let's watch that again. But what we'll do this time, since we see that full speed, let's
here we go.
Speed. And this is where slow mo actually works, guys.
Yeah, we can give you proper commentary. See that?
I did, but single sequence, like basically the camera doesn't shift left, shift right, and all that weird stuff. You could actually sit and enjoy that. And the thing is, this one takes a lot more work because you cut in, cut out. It's just okay, hit the sword, done. Film, you know, this is proper filmmaking in terms of like choreography. Okay, so let's stop this one because unfortunately that this fight is over. Jet Li wins. But do watch Fearless if you haven't seen it yet.
I will have to watch it. I think the first Jet Li film I ever watched was Kiss of the Dragon. That was a good
Yeah.
film.
Okay, so this is the next one I'm going to show, and I'll give you a little bit story context behind it because this one's actually meant to be one of the very emotional fight scenes. So, the whole context behind this one is he was part of a particular clan, and this particular clan has now decided to execute his mom. And so Jet Li is going to save his mother, but there's a whole bunch of people in his way stopping him from doing so. So he's basically puts this like the cloth, so he can still see, but what the cloth does is it stops him from actually recognizing faces. It's like putting you lose the detail, so that when he kills all the people along the way, he's saying, basically, let me through if you're my brothers. If
Mm.
not, I'm going to kill you anyway. So this is actually one that I absolutely love. This. Have you seen this movie, Fong Sayo?
No, I have not.
You're in for a treat, man. I'm,
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
dropping all this.
I'm liking where this is going.
So you got a lot of trait, and so this sets up the moment. So you probably see it's very dramatic,
Yep.
but I know sometimes you watch a dramatic sequence without context, you're thinking, "Oh God, it's a bit cringe." But I'm making sure we set up the context so that you actually enjoy this a little bit more. So again, if you need me to stop any times, say stop. Otherwise, we'll progress halfway, then we'll finish it off. I'll stop it here for once. I love the really long takes. I
Mm.
really hate modern cinema for this one thing. They've
It's
removed
getting better though. It's getting better.
it's getting better. And I know there are films which break that, like the John Wick films. They actually do break
Yes.
that mold.
The
But
John Wick films, they do it correctly because Chad Stahelski is an actual martial artist.
yeah,
And he's the actual director he's overseeing the whole franchise. So he
yeah.
knows what works and what doesn't. So he's done a very good job about it.
I know, but on the whole, it's the cuts have been real.
Mm,
But I'm really like I always say, if you want to watch an action movie, let the shot linger, and
mm.
actually show the fight happening. And you can kind of see here these are really, really long takes, and it takes a while to get it right. So that's that's why everybody still raves about the Daredevil scene, the hallway scene. But
Mm.
don't get me wrong, I absolutely love it, but I've seen it before.
Yes, yes.
It's like when they showed a Daredevil, I was like, oh, everybody's head exploded because, oh my god, this is so fantastic. And I'm like,
That's like
okay, we've
that's like when
seen.
people said Shang-Chi was an amazing kung fu film, but like I've been so desensitized by Eastern
Shang-Chi
cinema.
actually
Like
was only a moderate one, by the way. And I'll show
yeah,
you
yeah.
fight scenes that are better than Shang-Chi's fight
Of
scenes.
course.
And I've got more queued up, but let's keep going because we've actually got quite a lot I want to get through. And I know you've got one that let me put up for you.
They're all good.
I love it. So if you haven't watched
Mm.
this movie, you have to watch it. And this is actually not the best fight scene in this movie.
Oh,
So
wow. Okay, yeah. I'll have to definitely watch it.
look, I love it. I do like that really long takes. And like I said, this one had to be the context behind it was that it's very dramatic. So they did do that
Mm.
long, almost a Western, the I'm walking and then the music slows.
Yeah.
I love it. Absolutely. Look, for something totally different, he's playing the same character here. But so just in terms of character, so Jet Li's playing the guy's name is Fong Sayok. So he's
Mm.
playing the exact same character here. There's actually a couple of points actually will pause in this one. But this fight scene, just again give you the context. Basically it's a tournament. Basically, they're not trying to kill each other like the other fight scene, which is a lot more traumatic. But
Yeah.
the loser is the one whose foot touches the floor.
Right.
So that gives you the context behind why they're doing what they're doing, because if their foot touches the floor, they lose the fight.
Mm.
So knowing that, I'll show you the next one. And I'll pause at one scene because this is the one scene I'll pause at afterwards, because the scene that I want, which is absolutely amazing, it has no wires and it's just pure body conditioning. It's pure
Mm.
strength that
You got to appreciate those a lot more.
you got to go. Oh my god, it's probably like
Yes.
the abs underneath when he does this one part. You're just going,
Yeah.
it's rock hard abs. Let's. No wires.
Yeah.
Absolutely no
Yeah.
wires. And you gotta think, and you've done this before. You say your martial arts. How your imagine he actually has to drop, so your shoulders are probably like, oh my
Of
god.
course, it's like going on the treetop high rope thing. After
Yeah.
like a good few hours, your whole body is sore.
Oh, you think his probably shoulders out of his sockets. I'll do that in slow
Yeah.
motion. You can kind of see. Again, it's a no wire scene. So just watch. So single scene, single drop. The guy drops
Mm.
about 2 meters. His shoulders are probably popping out here, and he
There's
has to
small
pull
room for
himself
error
back
too,
up.
right?
Yeah, and that's not mattering if he if he doesn't pull properly, or the rope or
Yeah.
the thing breaks, he's gonna hurt himself.
Mm.
So I mean, look, to be fair, I don't want to see anybody get hurt, but man, that's
Yeah.
stunt, and that's him. That's stunt level difficulty.
Yeah.
So
你放心，我實同你玩落去嘅。
Oh yeah.
咁你試下我哋廣東嘅人頭座啦。哎呀，我頭啊！我條頸啊！
oh, I have to say, well, I forgot to stop pause it here. So they're fighting in the crowd now. Like I mentioned, they can't touch the ground. So there's a whole bunch of sequences where they're actually bouncing off extras' head, and you can kind of see here. So there are some sequences. To be fair, you can kind of figure there must be a platform or something behind them, and the platform's moving with them up. But
Yeah.
there's a lot of, but they do it really well, because when they intercut it, like sequences like this, they are literally bouncing off people's heads.
Yeah.
And this is probably one of the more inventive, happier fight scenes. I love this. This is actually one of my favorite fight scenes. No, I still say the Michelle Yeoh one with the Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon. That's still my favorite one. But
One of the best. One of the best.
this is
Yeah.
again, just watch it. There's a whole bunch, and pause it anytime. Tell me to pause it anytime. But you will see a lot of sequences where they're literally stepping on extras' heads.
Yeah, just right there.
Yeah.
哎呀，哇！你兩曳過追三年啦！哎，俾喂，你幾個頂唔頂得住啊？頂得住！我頂唔住啦！你打佢落嚟啦！散到婆，你站穩馬步啊！
Okay, I'll slow that one down. So there's a sequence where you can tell they're running on thing, but there's a sequence when they're not. So
Yeah.
I gotta, so this. So this sequence, you probably think there's something behind them. This, they're not.
Yeah.
So you're just thinking, would you like to be an extra now? Oh, what's going to happen? Oh, Jet Li's going to step in your head and just run in your head a few times. Nothing major. To be fair, I wouldn't want to get paid. I'll say, can I pay you to be an extra when he steps on my head?
Whoa.
I'll put that on slow motion again for you, just so you can actually see that. Let's go.
Those poor guys.
So you can see it's literally stepping on them, and like I have to, you can notice a couple of things. So they are probably the trained stuntmen. So to actually give them more, they actually lean backwards so that they give her a flatter ground to step.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
You can pick all the stuff up because you're going at half speed, but when you're watching at full speed, it's really awesome because if you can't pick it at normal speed, it's fantastic. Look, we'll keep powering through because. Okay, I gotta stop that one because that's actually probably my favorite sequence there. They actually put the camera as an ant view looking up. I just slightly back because I'll slow it down because I don't know. You probably can, but you gotta appreciate how hard this is to film. This one
Of course.
This one particular sequence.
Oh.
Wait, it's coming. This is the sequence where the camera is.
Yeah. How do you even move through that crowd?
That sequence is probably about 2-3 seconds. But
Yeah.
to get that, you can see.
Yeah.
Would you want to be an extra? Because he's literally stepping in your head. Let's go back to normal speed.
你睇你哋廣東人一打就散晒啦，散晒啦，散晒啦。喂，仲頂唔頂？
Let's skip it's because
打到俾人打啊！下家富貴。哇！你太好打。
okay. So that's probably the end of it.
哇！冇事啦，去啊！好在捉得住，踢我。
Okay, so a bit of story context here is if he beats her, he gets to marry the girl underneath, basically marry the girl,
Right.
but he thinks it's somebody else. But when the shrug is removed, he realizes, oh my god, it's not her. So and then he intentionally loses. So that's the whole basically
Right.
next scene.
It's classic kung fu cinematography.
Exactly, but one thing I do love about it is it's inventive. Like seriously, like some of the shot selections, like from my favorite one still is the one where they have the ant view camera, and you see them just going on top of everybody, and you like, and this is like, and I suppose one of the things which it's a bit of a shame is that whatchamacallit, that's where CGI has actually hurt a lot of movies. I have to say, where because with CGI making it look, I'll give you one example. If you go watch the Ant-Man trailer, and I haven't seen Ant-Man the movie yet, it's on my list. But when you see the trailer, you can kind of tell a lot that they're not interacting with the CGI. What tends to happen is you tend to see the characters stand there and all the stuff happening behind them or whatever. And they're just standing there in that super, the superhero pose. The typical, I'm walking away and something behind me explodes.
Yeah.
So when you tend to have that, you tend to know you're not interacting with anything, which I think is a shame. I think it's an absolute shame. Too many videos. I have a feeling that YouTube may have got us. Give me a sec. Oh, damn, I played too many videos. I'll just put a note through. So, sorry all. It seems like
So what happens? They just crash you guys?
we have a policy issue. Catch up with you guys next week. Catch up with you guys next week when... Oh, we're back. Can you hear us? If we're back, can you guys please put a comment in the chat? I do want to check whether everything is back to normal.
So that's what Nerds Amalgamated was saying no to.
No, it's a shame. Look, guys, look, I won't be getting too much into YouTube policy. Oh, we're back. Woohoo. What should happen is what YouTube should allow is what they call commentary on videos, which means if you play a video, stop, comment, play a video, stop, comment. It's meant to be allowed that you're allowed to comment on videos. But what usually happens, unfortunately, is that it's an algorithm. You probably can remember, if you probably know, which means at a certain time, if YouTube sees you playing too many, they'll just go, no. And you get hit. Hey, Rob. Well, nice to see you.
Why does his hair look different in the profile? Oh, no, that's him. No, yeah, okay. Oh, I didn't know if it was him or not.
So guys, I'm sorry, but I don't think I'll be playing any more videos tonight. There was actually a couple more I did really want to show you, but I do apologize. Guys, since Rob is here, if you guys haven't, please do check out his Kickstarter. It is currently live. There's 10 more days. Before the end of the thing, I will put a link at the end so you guys can see it. Okay, so Jackie, I do apologize. I don't think I showed
No,
your
that's
video because I think
no.
we'll be taken off again. But
I
yeah,
actually
no,
want to pick your brain though. So
yeah, go for it.
if we're talking about kung fu cinematography, I want to know.
Mm,
Let's say there's the three kings of let's say the last 3 decades, right? They say it's Jackie Chan, Jet Li, and Donnie Yen. How do you
mm.
rank those three and why? If we're talking
There's
about,
actually one I would take a slight. Oh man, I wish I could show you
and they're good
clips.
for different reasons too, right?
No, there's so again, how far back you want to go? Because there's a Shaw Brothers
Yeah,
era
I mean, you could go
of
as far back as you want. Yeah,
I
right.
so Jackie Chan, I think, is really influential because Jackie Chan was part of the initial show. Like there was the
Yes,
golden age of kung fu movies. This is like
yes,
the 1970s, 1960s, 70s. Jackie Chan
yes.
came in about the 80s. So Jackie Chan was still very much following a lot of the Shaw Brother techniques. So you're
Mm,
talking, you probably heard it, the exaggerated punches, boom, 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 boom,
mm,
and it was very choreographed. Yeah, it
mm,
was really the dance. It was really, really the dance of. Oh no, of course. Like I'm glad you're here. We actually showed it to you, showed it off a bit earlier, but I'm glad you're here because I could show it off again. But in terms of the dance, it was very much that. So it's punch, kick, punch, kick, punch, kick, and
mm,
if you look a lot of but what Jackie Chan did, which changed the genre a lot, is he started going, you know what? I actually want to do crazy stunts, crazy,
mm,
crazy stunts involved, and like stuff that would never ever get. There was a whole joke in Rush Hour. There's one scene in Rush Hour where he's trying to get over the fence.
yeah,
You know,
yeah, yeah,
and so the director was explaining to Jackie Chan, okay, I need you, when it comes around, you need to do this, this, and this. Then Jackie Chan says, okay. Then he said, is the camera on? The guy said, yeah. And he did it a take. And the director was going, you never do that again because you are not harnessed in. If you fail, I would get sued and all the
right.
rest of it. So there's such, and Jackie Chan was going, but you
That's
just told
normal.
me to do it. And
Yeah, it's
what
normal.
do you want me
Yeah,
to do? And
yeah,
so what happens if you fail? I get up.
yeah.
Rumble in the Bronx, I don't know if you know. So again,
Oh,
another
that's
American
classic film.
production.
Classic film. Yeah, yeah,
He was actually in a cast. He
yeah,
broke his foot during one of the stunts, so he did the entire stunts in the
yeah.
cast. So that he had the foot on the cast. So it's
Michelle
incredible.
Yeoh
So
has a very similar story to that. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt. But like,
yeah,
we're
yeah,
talking
go
about
go go.
Crouching Tiger. We're talking about Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon. There was a the final scene where she kisses Chow Yun Fat or
Yeah,
Liu Bai Mai or
yeah,
whatever his character's name. There was a reason why they did that specific angle
yeah.
in terms of the kissing because they didn't want to show Michelle Yeoh's leg because it was actually broken the day before. So
Oh, poor thing.
she mentioned that in an interview. It was actually very funny.
No, but so Jackie Chan moved from the old Chinese fight choreography with punches, kicks, and stuff to actually making it crazy, like breaking through
Yeah,
stuff, like dropping
yeah.
stuff on people's heads.
Environmental fighting.
Oh, look, like that's, I think Armor of God is where he almost died. He actually fell 10 meters onto rock. He actually has a whole metal plate on the back of his head because that,
Yeah. Okay.
like, he was in coma. Look, there were time, but that was where he pushed it towards. So
Mm,
it became beyond just the standard punch kicks, punch kicks, punch kicks.
mm,
It actually started going, you know what? Let's make this even more crazy, more exciting. And then the next thing that came after that was probably where Donnie Yen picked up was, and Donnie Yen and Jet Li is like, we're going to incorporate that, but
mm.
we're not going to be as crazy. So
Or as
and
humorous either, right?
yeah, but
Not as
so
humorous.
not as humorous.
Yeah.
But one of the things that they started doing with say Jet Li and Donnie Yen is like, hey, look, we are, because that was towards the tail end of Jackie Chan's career when they started coming on. But we're going to start showing you stuff we can do where we're still going to use wire work, but god damn it, like you saw the scene when he dropped about 2-3 meters,
Mm,
but it's wire work. But god damn it, there's some scenes without wire work, and
mm,
they started using their bodies in that respect, like
mm.
and so. You have to get to Jackie Chan though, because he's the one who really hurt
I think he
himself.
paved the way. I think he paved the way.
100%.
Jackie Chan, I believe, is 70, and Donnie and Jet are only 60, right? So, I guess Jackie Chan's sort of semi-retired, and Donnie and Jet are sort of like in, I would say, their prime career to overtake that. That's my opinion.
Oh, definitely. But Donnie Yen, in terms of his style, I find that how do you say? Look, Jet Li styles much more he can do a lot more humorous, but Donnie Yen is
Yes,
much more
action.
serious. Yeah,
Yeah,
it's much more.
yeah,
If he hits you, you probably feel the pain a lot more than if Jet Li
yeah.
hits you.
Mm.
That's the sense I get. Well, that's my take. What would be your take?
I agree with everything you say. Obviously I'm biased, so I would probably, I guess if let's put it in a ranking, right? I would probably say the best action star. It'd have to be Donnie, Jackie, then Jet. Then I would probably have Jackie and Donnie interchangeable depending what my mood is. So yeah, that's my opinion. But like, I think personally, Donnie's my favorite. He's my hero. I watch every single one of his movies, and he is fantastic in John Wick 4. If you haven't seen it, guys,
I'll bring this one up. So
Bruce
Bruce
Lee.
Lee is a slightly different because Bruce Lee didn't quite fit the mold, and unfortunately, Bruce Lee actually didn't do that many movies. He passed way too young. Uh, but what Bruce Lee did was oh man, I actually had a really cool scene queued up. Bruce Lee's fighting style was just almost pure speed. So he didn't go the stunt route like Jackie Chan. He basically, when he kicks, it's like, can the camera catch the kick in time because it's so fast? And so, but with Bruce Lee, unfortunately, although he was huge in American audiences loved him, he didn't make that many, and it's probably the biggest shame that he and that's why you really feel for Brandon Lee as well. Like
Mm.
look, Brandon Lee, I think did like one or two big action flicks, and then The Crow was his last big movie, which actually was I think if Crow was the breakout movie, which unfortunately was his last movie, which for me, I think that's the biggest shame. I will check though because I do want to know how many movies Bruce Lee made because I don't think he did that many.
I've never seen a Bruce Lee film, so I'm going to admit that, and I'm probably going to get shamed on that too. I know. I've been a
What?
martial artist for 10 years. I've never seen a Bruce Lee film. I think it's because it's got to be like, it's an older generation sort of thing, so I never went back and watched
1970s.
it.
Let's see. Big Boss 1971, Fist of Furies 1972, Way of the Dragon 1972, and that was it.
Yeah, it's funny because I have met a few people who have met Bruce Lee, and they've
Yep.
got nothing but good stories about him. Like, I've met Chuck Norris, I've met Jihan Jay, who was in Way of one of the movies. I've met William Chung, who is one of the Ip Man grandmasters who introduced Bruce Lee to Ip Man. Yeah, I've got all sorts of stories on that, but that's for another time.
Yep. Look, I'm not going to play this because I don't want to get stung by YouTube again, but I will show you this one. I wish I could play this for you, but if you guys look it up yourself, Bruce Lee versus Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, the basketballer, 7'2".
Can I ask
Something to
what is
say.
the significance of that yellow jumpsuit? It's like, it's in Kill Bill also, right?
Oh no, Kill Bill borrowed it from it. I don't know why. I don't know the significance of Bruce Lee behind why he wore it, but
Right.
I know that Kill Bill borrowed it from Bruce Lee.
Have you heard the
They-
joke? Have you heard the joke of Quentin Tarantino on not casting Michelle Yeoh?
No, why?
He refused to cast Michelle Yeoh because no one would believe that someone could kick Michelle Yeoh's ass.
Oh, I would buy that absolutely.
Yeah.
So this is him fighting a very young Chuck Norris.
Oh yeah. Chest hair and all.
Yeah, without the mustache.
Yeah.
Again, I wish I could stop playing clips here, but this is Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. Have you seen that one?
I haven't seen that, but apparently Shannon Lee, the daughter of Bruce Lee, was not impressed by it.
Yeah.
I don't know
haven't
enough
seen the
about
movie.
Bruce Lee or the film to make comments about that.
I haven't seen the movie, to be absolutely fair, but I have read the criticisms about that. Look, that movie is basically a reinvention. So basically, like Tarantino rewrites history a lot, and he freely
Mm.
admits it. It's like there is a particular actress who's meant to die in the movie, but in the end, Brad Pitt saves her. He's going, wait, in real life, she got murdered. No, but in this flick, but Brad Pitt saves her.
I think you cut
They
out, Stephen.
Oh,
Oh,
so I'm back. My mic, I should get a better mic.
oh, we're back.
Be back. Sorry about.
There we go. Sorry.
No, it's all good. But yeah. Look, I heard that they took a lot of Bruce Lee's legacy away from in that movie, and I
Mm,
don't know why Tarantino. I suppose it's up to them. Filmmakers do what they need to do.
yeah.
But Tarantino freely admits that he reimagined history in that film. Like you say,
Mm,
it's not. I didn't. Anybody who takes the film as a documentary has misread it. I basically took
mm,
a sequence of events and I
mm.
just made stuff up.
Yeah. Okay.
Like Inglorious Bastards, he kills Hitler. You know what I mean? There
Mm.
you go. But I haven't seen it yet. Nerds, what do you think about it? If you want to comment about it, let's stop that for a sec. But yeah, look, I wish. I think the timing is good. I did wish to show you guys a little bit more, but um, probably don't want to get out of policy
We'll have
violation
to
with
save it
some
for
things.
next time. That
Yeah,
would have been a good way to end.
it's interesting. So look, we've got
Have you
2
seen
minutes
Have you
left.
seen that film? The one I linked you. The one we were gonna play.
No, I haven't. But let's
Ah,
watch it now before we bring you on again next time.
right. Yeah. All good. All good.
Oh, sorry, YouTube gods. Sorry, YouTube algorithm. I was making commentary.
YouTube, don't sue us.
But we were making commentary. We were stopping to make commentary. But anyway, look, thanks for coming on. Look, anything else in the chat they want to come on? Or there we
Sorry, I
go.
missed that bit. Oh, there
So,
we go.
there we go. Thank you so much, Tazikal. So, guys, that's the hour. Jackie, any last thoughts before I close up?
No, that was actually a very fun episode. It would have been a lot. I mean, I guess. Can we play like a video on like a hard drive, and does that sort of bypass the YouTube?
No. So
Do you get what I'm saying?
No. So what? Look, we'll talk about this one offline.
Yeah,
If you
yeah.
wanna go.
I was trying to
But
see if there was a way to get around it.
unfortunately, no. So what they do is
Oh, right.
they actually do sampling. But what
Uh,
I'll explain, but
yeah,
I'll take a little bit of time on it to explain anyway. So,
yeah.
but what basically happens is you're allowed to make commentary, but you can't basically sit down and watch the whole movie. Like if we
Mm,
basically played the movie for 1 hour and that's all we did,
mm,
no. But what if you watch, stop, watch? You're meant to be able to make good commentary on, hey, look, this is what is happening. But what happens a lot with the algorithm is it just detects a video is playing and just goes,
mm.
nah.
Nah. Okay.
Yeah. Um, Facebook was fine.
Interesting.
See, Facebook
Interesting.
was saying, you knock yourself out.
See, if we had a bit more time, I would have liked to discuss and Sean would love this too. He would totally approve of this. I would have loved to discuss the different fighting styles between the prequel in Star Wars and then the sequel.
Ray Park.
They would have been
That's
they're
the difference.
completely different things.
Oh man, we should. I could dedicate one whole episode for that one because.
All right, we'll have to do that with Sean one time.
We'll save it because
yeah.
I'll save that one because.
Yeah.
Otherwise, look. Thank you.
Because yeah. The prequels were the technique was far more superior than the sequels. That's my opinion.
I 100% agree, but I definitely want to try to save it for next time. So
yeah, all good. Yeah, we'll divulge into it.
So I'm gonna thank you guys all so much for jumping on as per normal. We'll save that for next time too.
Next time.
So many I want to we can go through. And we'll see you guys next week. But we've got so much more stuff we want to discuss. So
thank you for having me on.
And Sean's back next week as well. So that'll be a lot of fun.